I originally found a small lump, possibly the size of a 5-cent piece, underneath my arm in December 2004. I went to my GP, he immediately rang a surgeon, and it sort of got an ultrasound needle biopsy done. The only thing I remember about that was the fact that it was the actual, when they were on the spot with the ultrasound, it was very black as compared to your grey and white tissue. After that, a proper biopsy in January 2005, and I think it was the 4th of February 2005, the surgeon took out the lumps, sort of thing, by which time it had grown. Even I knew it had grown considerably. His comment was it was the size of a dinner plate. Anyway, the middle of last year, so when I was due to have a lot of rebandaging, etc., I found a copy of the report from the surgeon, and I suddenly realised that something like 75% of the lymph nodes underneath the arm had been taken out during the operation because of the size of the cancer. Now, the cancer was, being technical, was metastatic sarcomatoid carcinoma. Now, everybody's eyebrows go up because that's considered a secondary cancer. And back in 2005, I had about the usual 5 weeks of radiation therapy. 2 years or so ago, I saw Dr. Mackey and booked in for a 4-week bandaging period up here at Mount Wilga, and which I've been fortunate about ever since. It, how would you put it? The immediate effect on my arm was a lot of the swelling, etc., gone out. So, even though I had known, sort of thing, 8 years or so ago, I would have to have a sleeve of some sort for the rest of my life. But this didn't worry me, and that's part of trying to live your life. Now, in all of that period, I was able to work in my own small engineering business, and it wasn't until last year, middle of last year, that I retired for other circumstances. Even when I'm doing a little bit of work in the business, so again, most of it tends to be physical work, so therefore I'm using my hands. I might try and put some other sort of glove or sleeve over the top, sort of thing, to keep it clean. It doesn't sort of always work. I've always been one that, irrespective of what it may be, sort of thing, it doesn't stop me from doing what I want to do in life. I think it was the middle of last year, I don't know whether we hadn't sort of done the right thing, but upon visiting Dr. Mackey, her comment was the lymphedema had escaped because the swelling had gone considerably higher, sort of thing. But we very quickly, with again another 4 weeks bandaging, since the middle of last year, besides with the normal sleeve on through the day, of a night after I have a shower before I go to bed, I have one of the blue Caricius sleeves. And what I do is put that on each night and then bandage my arm up myself. My arm in the morning looks a bit like a quilt off a bed, sort of thing, but I feel also that has made a great difference in the reduction of the swelling. And I think everybody, including right up to Dr. Mackey, so 3 or 4 months into this combination of massage and whatnot, sort of thing, were quite surprised at the reduction in the swelling, etc., of my arm. Some people say, oh, it's a bit of a nuisance, sort of thing, having to sort of bandage your arm every night. I found no problem in doing it. It might be a bit tired, you might be this and you might be that, but I've made a point of doing it every night. So it might take 15 or 20 minutes, but again, I've got into the habit of doing it. For exercise, I enjoy a bit of outdoor bushwalking. I've been somewhat limited in what I can do because the last 2 to 3 years I have had to look after my wife because unfortunately she has mesothelioma and is on oxygen some of the time and all the rest of it. It just makes your life a bit fuller, I put it that way, when you got to look after yourself plus somebody else. It doesn't worry me, so I accept that type of thing and just go ahead and sort of try and do everything that I can.